Hello, all. Dennis84 here, and I'm going to be talking about War for Cybertron, the game that preceded, well, no, not preceded, yeah, preceded a fall of Cybertron. I played it on PS3, and I enjoy it. Don't get me wrong, I do. There's just a couple things that I think they should have changed to make the game, I don't know, either more fair or a little bit better. I platinumed the game, like I'm 100% on everything. But I'm basically going to talk about, like, the story mode. I'm going to talk about it really briefly because it was great. It was one of the best Transformer story modes I've ever played in a long time. So props there. So like the next game's got a lot, to go for. I really enjoyed this, so I'm looking forward to that. I mean, I know there's not going to be any co-op in it, which is kind of like a little bummer because it was fun to play with like a friend or two and just battle the story. But I think this is going to be make it so you can explore better because sometimes your friends will get like ahead of you and then you teleported to where they were, and that was kind of BS. But still, my main focus is going to be on the multiplayer and how they have classes. They have scouts, which are the little guys, scientists who are jets, warrior or leader classes, which are basically just the bigger cars or trucks, and soldier, which are the tanks. And you would like the scouts have the ability to dash, go invisible. They're basically good snipers, and they also have a good ability to go backstab, which if they hit you when they're behind you, they'll do like major damage. The scientists are basically healers. They fly in, heal, or like just like spread damage with the shockwave of drain ability, which absorbs people's energy and heals them. And they also have sentry turrets. The leader is basically the buffer of the group. He uses rage to increase everyone's attack and defense. He can also force the opponent or whoever he's fighting to switch to vehicle mode or robot mode, depending on which one they're in. And their other abilities are like creating a barrier, which nothing can pass until a certain amount of time or a certain amount of damage is passed, and a molecular bomb, which is basically a huge orb that just rolls slowly and damages the opposing team. And if you have the right ability equipped, it increases your movement for your teammates if they're near it. And the soldier class is basically the tank of the team. They have the most health. They got decent weaponry. They're the only ones that have rocket launchers and basically a machine gun, like a chain machine gun. And their abilities are like a whirlwind, where they have a hammer that just keeps spinning, spinning, spinning. They have a hover where they jump into the air and their boots hover them, and they do more damage to whoever they shoot. They can disable your abilities, and they can create ammo beacons. And depending on like what ammo beacon you have, you can do things like you can recharge weaponry, grenades, or if you have a high level, you can create a freaking turret, like a handheld turret. It's basically like a 300 chain machine gun that's like almost. If you're basically in the line of fire, you're basically gonna die. So those are the classes. That's basically the gist of it. But the problem is the weapon that goes with some of them and the class decision they made kind of bothered me, and I'll explain how. The scouts are kind of the hardest to kill in the game because they're small. Every class except for RC, who's like this is a regular like guy, bumblebee, sideswipe, dead end, breakdown, knockout. Well, not knockout, but you get it. And then RC is like probably like this tall. I don't know why. And plus, they can cloak, they can dash. They actually have some really good abilities. Like if they kill someone, their health goes up by one. They recharge their energy by one. Um, the like C dash, they have leg servers machines. They move faster. And the problem with them is they have 4 health bars. Now you might be thinking, well, that's not that much. But the thing is, the scientist only has 3. And the scientist, um, yeah, they can fly, and I know they're the healers of the group. The only problem is the only way to heal yourself is either A, drop one of your grenades that heals a big area, but only for like a little time. The drain ability, which basically puts you right in the way of dying, and the repair sentry, which you spawn a sentry, and depending on what sentry, because there's attacking one, a missile launching one, which gets cloaked people, and the healing sentry. Besides the regular, fine energon on the ground. They also have a repair ray, because that's one of their weapons. They have a neutron assault rifle, which is just a basic regular machine gun, not machine, it's just a machine gun. The repair ray, which has no range unless you add the range finder ability. It goes from this to this. The scope rifle, which does a 3 burst round, and it's got decent zoom. And the shotgun, which is a 2 round, basically instant death if you're right behind somebody. The scouts get 2 sniper, one 5x scope and then one 10x scope called the no ray. They get a plasma cannon, which is a charge cannon that the longer you hold the button, the bigger the orb gets, and it creates a huge explosion when it launches. And they get basically a 4-round shotgun, which it doesn't do as much, but it does decent damage. Biggest problem I have with those two is the fact that since the scientist truly can fly, and yeah, it has the healing ability, but you have to equip every stat you have just to focus on healing. And even then, your healing doesn't go instant. You don't just regain the 1 HP, or your health doesn't go from this to this automatically. It takes time. So while you're throwing a grenade down, here's a boost, and your health's down to here, some guys and you're going, or some guys just gotta hit you, and you're dead. And you can't even avoid it. You can't dash or anything like that. The scout though could be this close from dying, see a guy coming at him, swipe, dash back, fire his shotgun twice, and if he has the heal ability, he regains that one, and he automatically gets a second one back. My biggest concern is I don't know why they didn't just swap the HPs. And as I said, it may sound silly, the fact that the soldier, the scientist only has 3, and the scout only has 4. Why would it matter? Well, trust me, that extra bar matters a lot, because due to the other abilities I talked about, the rage specifically, it basically makes almost anything that hits you with a melee attack instant death. And as I said, the scouts, hard to hit, because most of the time they're jump dashing, and a scientist can't dash. So when a leader or anyone comes at him and goes, I have a melee, clunk, you're dead, if they have rage on. Well, depending on what rage they have. And it's kind of bullshit. So that's actually the biggest concern. The scouts have so many abilities that make them the perfect scout. I don't know why they didn't get the 3 health bar, and the scientists should get the 4 health bar. They're changing that in the fall of Cybertron, which I applaud. The other biggest concern, and I just got done playing the match, so it's fresh in my memory, is the weapons that the leader class get, and it's the grenade launcher, the magma frag launcher. That weapon is the most overpowered, no skill used weapon in the whole game. Oh my lord. If anyone's ever played War for Cybertron, and you just hear, and you're like, oh crap, right? And you see that fucking little thing sparking, you know you're fucked. Why? Because there's nothing you can do. Okay, here's the problem. You're here, here's the grenade, right? Kaboosh. You're still losing a bar and a half of damage. If it's on you, game. I mean, I know for a scientist it's game. That's a freaking one-hit bomb. So as long as they're just going, kadoosh, no, what is it? No skill, just fucking pointing around you, especially if you have a bunch of fucking leaders doing it, like I just had. Oh my god. I picked a leader. My weapons were a fusion cannon and their assault rifle, which is I prefer it because it's a really good machine gun. I just fought these 4 leaders and 1 scout who just created barriers around them. They went into this one area. They created barriers all around them, and then they freaking just raged each other. Every time one rage went down, another one raged, and another one raged after that died down. And all they did is they kept jumping, shooting the grenade launcher over the shield, or planting around them, and then as soon as someone came in, kaboom. So there's nothing you can do about it. And even if they weren't huddling together, they were just running around the stage, back to back, shooting people with the stupid grenade launcher. The best part is, my team still won. I had 15-2. I don't want to say I won us the match, but yeah, I did win us the match because everyone else's score was like 7-6, blah blah blah. Oh man, that grenade launcher is so fucking overpowered, and that's all you see. I may spam the fusion cannon, but at least that takes aim. Okay, you have to hit right near them for the splash damage, and even then, it's only like maybe a half a bar. Okay, and if you hit them, I think it's only a bar worth of damage. Okay, so it's not uber damage. That frag launcher, here's frag launcher, right? Here's you, frag launcher. Kaboosh! Oh, that fucking explosion radius. You're taking at least a bar or half damage. I don't know what they were thinking, and they knew they fucked up. And the sad thing is they never even nerfed it. I don't know why. They had 2 DLCs, and they could have patched it. They could have made it so it wasn't that great. Because here's what they did in the Dark of the Moon game. The Jets got, I think everyone had 4 health bars, which I can't remember if they did or not. But anyway, I'm pretty sure the Flyers had 4 health bar, but they got the grenade launcher, and I was like, oh my god, they fucking got it. Because I love the Flyers, so I love just flying around, landing down, shooting people up, going to my fucking sentry and getting the fuck out of Dodge. And I was like, holy shit! I was like, they realized that yeah, we got the burst rifle still, and that's good for kind of sniping, but they gave us goddamn grenade launcher. Shit, okay, let's try this shit out. I got in a match. I'm not a big fan of the grenade launcher. On War for Cybertron, they have a challenge where it's like every class and stuff like that, and the leaders is like kill like 300 people with the frag grenade launcher. I killed 48 people, and I've had that game since its release date. I hate that fucking weapon. Not because I hate it because it's overpowered, and it's fucking stupid if you fucking use it. I'm sorry. Yeah, it's good for clearing out rooms and shit like that, but it's so fucking overpowered. It takes no skill to use that damn weapon. And I just see people, mainly kids, just going, oh, I fucking killed you. No, dude, you fucking spam a grenade launcher. I'm over here. The grenade's fucking God knows where. It blows up, and I'm still fucking taking damage from the goddamn aftershock. Kudos to you. Yeah, you fucking killed me, dude. You really took all that time and accuracy to fucking get start shooting near me, and fucking just let the explosion do the damage. Meanwhile, I'm fucking trying to shoot you while you're fucking jumping around like a fucking douche. Fucking, oh, just jump in the fucking fire grenade. I'm so fucking good. Man. So, they did it in Dark of the Moon. It was amazing. So, I was like, let me see what they did. Got the frag launcher. Got right in someone's face. The guy was playing, because you're all about some Decepticons. I was Decepticon, thankfully, because I prefer being the cons. Flow down, Starscream. Fired a grenade launcher right in the guy who was playing Ironhide. It stuck to him. I'm like, yeah, death, baby. Kaboosh. Hit L1. Explosion. Not dead. And I'm confused now. I don't get it. It's in War for Cybertron, that's instant death almost. So I fired my last 2. He still walked, and they hit him. I'm on his foot, and the other one actually landed like in front of him, but like right in front of him. He was focusing on someone else because I just went do, and he survived. So I'm like, oh good, they nerfed it for this game. I was like, only the Flyers get it, and I understand. Yeah, that would probably be even more powerful because in that game, the map room was actually much higher. So on certain maps, especially when there's only like a couple of really good ones you could do, a flyer could basically hover high in the sky and just like fire missiles all day long down and basically kill people. So I do understand that. But that's basically my biggest concern. That fucking grenade launcher. I'm sorry. I still like the game a lot. The only 2 things I really wish they would change, besides the grenade launcher and stuff like that, is room migration. If the host of the room leaves, just like all the other, like Modern Warfare and shit like that, it transfers to the next best connection, which is great. Because then, you'll be winning, and then the team's like, well, I'm not fucking staying for this, I'm losing. I'm out. Everyone loses all their shit. Well, not all their shit, but you know what I'm talking about. It's like it doesn't count as a win for you. And the other one is, I want to be able to choose Decepticons or Autobots. They did it in Revenge of the Fallen, and I loved it. I always went to cons. Cons were my favorite Transformers to use. Or at least alteration. If your Decepticons one round, your Autobots next, and vice, it keeps going. But that's my rant for this one. I have other stuff coming up, so watch.